Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Beef Media Podcast. I'm your host, Zach, aka Snack with Zach, and I'm joined by the man most likely to pay Joshua Weissman in a Netflix documentary, my brother and co-host Matt.
No, I will contest that.
Well, when your hair was long, it was close. You know, everybody
Okay,
thought
if I'm
you guys
unshaved.
were unshaved with longer hair, they would be like clones. So people say. I never really believed it. Sanaaeats is on today. I absolutely adore Sana. We've known each other for about a year. We met in Louisville, Kentucky at the KFC headquarters. She's one of the most authentic people I think you'll ever meet in the space, honestly. She's somebody who's struggled with a lot of anxiety throughout her life, and she's very open about it, which is really, really refreshing. One of the things that resonated with me the most throughout this episode was that she felt like, for a very long time, a shell of herself going through her life, and it was content that helped her basically evolve is the wrong word, but come into her true self.
She used content to manifest really what she wanted out of her career in life.
Yeah, she really did. So without further ado, please welcome Sanaaeats.
What brings you to LA and how do you like it so far?
I honestly, I didn't expect to like it. My first time visiting, I think it was like March of, I want to say last year. And over the last year, I've been to LA a few times, and each time I like loved it more. Like the weather, the fact that I can have a car. I love having my car. It's like my safe comfort. I film most of my videos in my car. That's how I started. So moving to New York was fun, but I couldn't have my car. I tried for a little bit, and that wasn't great. I got parking tickets every time I tried to drive it. And,
I saw you do it once or twice too, and I was like, well, how does Son have a car in New York?
No, definitely not wise. I don't recommend anyone doing that. The parking is insane. The parking cops are even more insane. They are on it. They are on it.
Did you pay off your parking debt yet?
I did. It was like $800. It was crazy. Yeah, and it was super expensive to park it every month. But parking aside, love living in New York. It was just very overstimulating. There was a lot going on. Even the most like mundane tasks, like grocery shopping, was exhausting. Like carrying groceries up like a fourth floor walk up.
True.
And then also I have like seasonal depression. I'm undiagnosed. I'm self-diagnosed. I have seasonal depression.
I feel like at this point, if you know, you know.
Yeah, the weather is brutal in there in New York. So like half of the winter and the summer is just brutal.
Where in the city were you again? Remind me.
Yeah, I lived in Manhattan. So I lived in the East Village, which was known. I think it's like known for like a lot of younger people, a lot of people in school and like college students. And stuff.
Right by NYU.
I loved it. Yeah,
I
loved it.
It was always cool. We had looked at it for a while when I first moved to New York way back when.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we got to be here. And then we realized that the rent was absolutely insane. But when you're talking about being overstimulated at the grocery store, you go to like a Morton Williams and it's literally like, it's you and the aisles are like a foot to your left and a foot to your right.
I know.
And every time I walk into New York, I'm like, how did I grocery shop in this city?
Yeah, no, it's rough. I started Instacarting for a little bit because I was just so anxious to go. Like Trader Joe's is crazy.
People
crazy
can't walk in
like,
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like you'd bump into everyone. The line's insane. Just very, very stressful.
Did you ever have you ever had to deal with the stereotype is the male Instacart delivery person where they like completely boof the order where it's like, I want one banana. And they're like, okay, you want 1 pound of bananas.
Yeah, no, don't even get me started on that. Cause like maybe the 4 times I used Instacart, it was always a male. And I think they always put a girl name too on their profile. They like would change their name. But yeah, I remember spending like $30 on a cutting board. I wanted a cutting board because I wanted to try cooking. And I ordered a cutting board with my groceries. And I think it was like a $30 cutting board. He comes and like delivers it. It's like a tiny little thing. And I'm like, this isn't the one that I chose. Like what fruit or vegetable is going to fit on this tiny little cutting board? Anyways, yeah, they've given me wrong things. So it's okay. I didn't even end up cooking the groceries anyways. They just sat in my fridge. And then
we're kindred spirits in that regard because I, in New York, so many times was like, oh, I'm going to cook. I'm going to order this, whatever. I go to the grocery store. I get a bunch of food. And there's one thing that I really hate, and it's like a personal thing. I hate food waste. I always feel terrible. Yeah, like very, very guilty about it. In New York, I mean, LA too. There are just so many options that...
Right.
Yeah, especially when you're like us and you kind of like thrive off of the fast food too. It's so easy and convenient and good. You fall into that routine of like, I want this exactly, and nothing I'm going to cook is ever going to come close.
Exactly. And like, even if you try, it's just not, it doesn't hit the same, I guess. And it's just more effort for like not the same satisfaction.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah.
it reminds me because way back when in the Tasty days, the thing I think about all the time is, Matt, when you made bagels from scratch.
Well, that was awful. But I'm also not a baker, at least not when I'm off my ADD meds. And like baking is science, and baking is following a recipe to a T. I did my best, and I think I was pretty consistent, but oh my God, it's so hard. It was like, and especially bagels, where it's like you have to make the dough, and the dough has to have like a certain texture to it, and then you have to boil it in a certain solution and then bake it, and then that's after rolling it the right way, and like all this nonsense. And like I just couldn't get a consistent bagel to save my life, and I did something like 18 rounds of attempts.
Yeah.
Attempt it if you want, but horrific.
Oh, I would never. No, I've had friends like try to start baking and they're like, oh, I love it. And it's just because like or baking bread, right? Bagels are bread.
It always starts with the bread. It's like the sourdough starter.
The sourdough. Yeah. I have a couple of friends attempting that and I'm like seeing that and I'm just like, it's just so much effort and like all the rounds that you have to try. I'll just bake the Pillsbury prepackaged cookies. I'll just
they do the job. They're good. The rolls are
they
great.
Really do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
And they won't go to waste.
They'll never go to waste. People
Meanwhile,
party.
I've killed probably several bags worth of flour on sourdough starters that just died and dried out.
Is this actually one of the easiest things you could possibly do?
It's easy to keep up. You just have to be consistent about it. You just have to do it every single day. And I'm not good at that.
Have you ever baked a successful bagel or bread, or did you gave up?
Quitters.
I made a couple loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Everything I bake outside of cookies is a little bit off. It's just a little bit wrong. What?
Baking.
No.
Oh. Well, this is
I avoid it like the plague.
Here's the thing though, is and no bullshit. Matt is genuinely a fantastic cook. This is why I'm also doubly excited that you're in LA. Because the next time I'm out there, we can link and we do like these little dinner parties sometimes, and we'll make food. But
hell yeah,
dude's a talent. I gotta give him credit. Yeah. When did you start making content?
You do post cooking content occasionally. Like I see it on your page.
I dabble. I've tried.
Okay.
Do you still have a cutting board?
I actually threw that cutting board away. I didn't use it. But no, I've dabbled in the cooking videos a little bit. I want to get more into it. I don't know. I just don't enjoy cooking. It stresses me out. And all I ever cook is pasta. I'll cook pasta and like salmon if I'm trying to be healthy, and that's about it. Yeah, for one person, I just would rather eat out. I just feel like it's just so much easier. Like if it was me, if I had a significant other, like a roommate, I would be more inclined to cook. But I just feel like there's more waste with that, more money you spend.
It's like rent. It's so much easier to split rent with a partner, and the same thing with like when it comes to meals. It's like, we can spend $150 on dinner, and it feels way better because it's $75 each versus $150 every week. I literally just spent. Before we hopped on here, like $90 on takeout.
Did you really? What'd you get?
I got sushi. It's not even good sushi. Like, no, it's good sushi, but it's not like there's a place. We have to get the name of it because you eat sushi, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
you just tried raw fish for the first time relatively recently at Nobu, right?
Yeah, not too long ago. Yeah, that was my first time actually having. Well, I've had like spicy tuna, but you know what I mean, like the sashimi and like the actual like raw fish that's on top. Yeah, I'm such a newbie with it, but I've been like becoming more adventurous. But
my side doesn't come from a place of judgment. I think that's fantastic. I mean, everybody has to eventually. You could be like our grandparents who waited until they were 80 to have it. So, they figured it out. But there's a place by Matt's that we went to. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Oh, that place in Koreatown.
He's in Koreatown for context.
Okay.
Where did you generally end up?
Good food, Koreatown.
Yeah, no, I've been a couple times. I think I went to like a place called Honeydew or something. They had like ice. I don't know if you've tried it. They had like an affogato ice cream. I don't know. I went there like a few days ago. That was the first place I tried.
Honeydew, or I know of Honey Me. Is it Honey Me?
Honey Me, not Honeydew.
Yeah.
Honey Me is good. Really, really good ice cream. Have you had that, Zach, or no?
No. I've only had Afters in LA. That's my only ice cream experience.
We'll go when you visit.
Okay, I'm down.
Good.
I need to do what you do with Luke, where it was like just a day of eating in
Oh my
LA.
gosh. That was so fun.
I had so much FOMO when you did that because I like love both of you so much. And I was like,
I know, I love Luke.
But I also had missed y'all by like 2 days in New York.
Yeah.
I was there right afterwards.
Damn.
It was terrible.
I know. That sucks.
How did you two meet?
Yeah, no, I met you at the KFC branch, and you're such a golden retriever. Like, I love it. And you're so easy to talk to too. Like, a lot of times, like, I meet a lot of people in the space, and like, I can get along well with everyone, but like, you have a certain vibe to you. You're just so friendly and just such a golden retriever in like the best way. Like, I always get so excited. Like, since I met you at KFC, I always get so excited when I see you at events.
Oh my God.
So fun and show.
Well, I feel the same way. I was thinking about it today because I have to think about the intros too when I do these things. And you are such a genuinely, authentically kind, very zen person, and so every time I'm in your presence I feel relaxed because I'm like, oh yeah, Sana's here, like it's cool, we'll just like hang out and just shoot the shit over whatever. And that's one of the things that I value about you the most out of like all the people that I've met. There are some great folks, but this is why I'm also equally glad that you decided to sit down on this, because I know you're like, podcast for like an hour, and I was like, yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, no, I mean, not that I wouldn't have done it because I was excited to like sit down and chat with you, but they just are so intimidating podcasts. I've never been on one. I'm also not the best at speaking my thoughts into like coherent sentences. If that makes sense. Like if you ask me to like tell a story.
Disagree with that.
Oh, thank you so much. That's actually...
Well, I don't know you on a personal level. I only know you through your content. But one of the things that kind of stood out to me the most was just like the earnestness with which you approach things.
That's what I'm saying.
There was like I can't remember the exact one, but I think it was one of your day in the life vlogs. And you were kind of talking about like, oh, I've spent all day in the house and I'm trying to go out more and I'm trying to, not like shut in as much. It's something my girlfriend and I talk about a lot because we can be like such homebodies and stuff like that. And to see someone like externalizing that anxiety online, and you did it very eloquently because it was captivating. And so it was just like, yeah, I think you come across very well. And I think your style is very articulate and conveys the message well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you feel like it comes from a place of anxiety typically? Like if you think about the podcast, right, you're sitting down and talking, where does it originate?
I've always been such an anxious person, especially in social situations. Like a lot of people meet me now and they're like, you're so bubbly, you're so like social, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, if you could have seen me maybe like a few years ago before I even started TikTok, I was such a shell of myself, very reserved, very shy. A lot of people like saw my online presence and they're like, I had no idea you talk this much. Like, like when I first started my videos, it was at my old job and I would like not speak at all there. I was just so quiet. I hated life and stuff. I would go on my lunch breaks and I would film my videos and then I would just start like talking there. And they're like, Sana, when I started blowing up on TikTok, they started seeing my videos. They're like, you talk more in your videos than you have the last 2 years here. It's crazy because I was such a shell of myself. And over the last couple of years of doing TikTok and like being on social media and establishing my presence, I've really gotten more comfortable with like putting myself in more uncomfortable situations. I've really prioritized that the last couple of years with not just social situations, but like flight anxiety, literally anything. I'm like such a homebody. I push myself to like go out and like be social and like go to events, which are the worst when you don't know anyone. I'm like always so happy when I see you, Zach.
I know, I feel the same way.
Yeah, no, it's just like the crazy amount of growth I've had the last couple of years with that. It's just insane. So I definitely make it a point to like whatever scares me or whatever I'm like anxious about now, I make an intention to do it. If that makes sense.
There is so much power in doing that, especially because we're the same age. Doing that now at like 28 as we approach our 30s, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of folks are set in how they, I guess, when your brain stops developing, like you're 25, whatever, the frontal lobe, whatever, it takes a special person to recognize like, oh, I need to put myself in the scenarios that I'm uncomfortable with in order to have more personal growth. And it really opens up your life once you start doing that.
It really does. It's crazy. Because I even remember the first trip I took to LA, it was maybe shortly after my TikTok blew up, maybe like 8 months. And I was like, I'm going to go to LA. I don't know anyone. It was my first flight too. I was so anxious about flying. Damn. I cried on the flight. I remember like the turbulence. I blacked out. I like screamed. It was so embarrassing. The amount of times I've screamed and grabbed the person next to me out of like fear. Like, it's crazy. But no, I forced myself to like come out for the week and didn't know anyone. There I met a couple other creators, like 1 hour lunch break. And
did you meet? I love him.
Yeah, I love him. And just like I've met a few creators like Harrison Webb and just like a few different people. And I just had the most fun time by myself and with others. And that was like one of the first times I've like pushed myself to do something that scares me. And I was like, I'm going to keep doing this because the videos were great. The people, the interactions, I just had so much fun. And I fell in love with LA, which is why I'm here now.
It's very interesting. You being somebody who I'd say you describe yourself as, or at least at that point, an introvert in a lot of ways, like kind of reserved and quiet. You said shell yourself, right? So you decide to start making content on social media.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've been making content since I was 10, 11.
So have I.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember us talking about it, and like I still have my old YouTube videos. So it's always been a dream of mine to make content, not even just mukbang eating food content, but just content. And I think I tried everything. Like I tried vlogs, but at the time I was such a homebody. I didn't do much other than go home and like go to school. So I was like, these aren't interesting. I did like beauty videos trying to be like the next Bethany Moda at like 10 years old, 11 years old. That never worked out either. I can't do makeup for the life of me. So I tried a lot of things. In a lot of ways, I was more comfortable in front of a camera than I am like with people or just like, does that make sense? I've gotten so comfortable in front of a camera and it just doesn't feel like I'm talking to like a million people. It's just, I think that's the benefit of growing up wanting to do this for so long.
By the way, this is completely random and off it. I haven't had a chance to try the Wingstop, like elote Mexican street corn dry rub. How is it?
Yeah, they're so good. I'm like such a big elote girl. I love it and love corn. So it's so good. Yeah, it's like my favorite. It's my favorite. I hope they keep that one.
Trying to remember if it was permanent or not. Well, the best thing about being a fan who likes corn is that you're in the city of like everything. Matt's got like a guy on the street that has the elote cart guy still exists.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Tell me where. I'll go
there's like a dude literally in my neighborhood.
West Pico. Yeah.
Who he doesn't do as much right now because like school's out, but his like peak hours are when like school ends. He has like a little electric cart. And with like a loudspeaker on it, and he'll just drive down the block and he'll go elote, esquite, and it's like $1.50 for elote, and it's like the best elote. I remember when we moved in here, like years ago now, years and years and years ago, we were like, what the fuck is that? That seems so cool. And it was bomb. And that's one of the things I love about LA is just how good the food is here. Cause like I have this guy in this cart who like goes around and does that. And then a block from me, I have my favorite Al Pastor in the city. And it's just sold.
God, stop. Tell me where.
Out of like,
they're like like $1 too, Sana.
They're up to like, I think they're like $2.50 now.
God damn it.
That's fine. Cause I tried a place recently. I don't remember what it was in LA, but a taco was like $10. I think I got scammed, but no, Al Pastor tacos are my favorite. So I need that spot.
It's at Pico and Hobart.
And
they call themselves Taco. Oh, they're on Google now. Tacos La Guerra Pico.
How many stars they have?
They have 4.5.
They should be 5.
Okay. Really?
They're so good.
I'm noting that
I feel
down.
like so self-conscious when I go though, because I love the Al Pastor. My girlfriend Liz loves the Al Pastor. And so we're both just like, okay, we usually get like 5 tacos each that like satisfies us.
Yeah.
So we end up only getting Al Pastor. And so every time I go up to order, I'm like, yeah, can I have 10 of the Al Pastor? And they're like, what? How many do you want? And I'm like, I want 10 of the Al Pastor, please, to go. And I always just feel, because they just have to sit there and shave and sit, but it's like, because it's 10, they're just going forever. And I'm just like standing there, like prepping my sides and like waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's just like, oh, I'm just like that one guy that orders 10 of the same thing and leaves.
See, that seems
like a line behind you.
Yeah.
10 seems like a very normal amount, though.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you there's that one dude once that was like, oh, I have a party and I need to feed them. So let me just go to the Al Pastor people and ask for 50 tacos.
Yeah, walking out with some platters.
For me, it's the 10 of one singular item rather than like,
excessive.
I want like 5 of this and 5 of that, or like, sets of 2. It's like, no, I want 10 Al Pastor and that's it.
Hey, you know what you love. I respect that. What
would you say is like your go-to, Sana, these days as like just general thing. I've always tried to get a read on what your favorite fast food is. If you like al pastor, right, does it fall into the Taco Bell camp, or are you kind of on the Wingstop Canes? Not
No,
Canes. Dave's.
I love Dave's. Well, it depends. It depends on like my mood, I guess, and like what I like. But like if you're talking like I have like a death row meal. I can tell you that.
Ooh.
Like my favorites. My
Is it
favorite
KFC?
food. No.
Is it Seth's tenders though? Because those were fire.
I love KFC, but it doesn't make my death row meal. My last meal, it's special. You know what I mean? It's like I've really thought about this. So it would be an al pastor taco. I need an al pastor taco in there. I love s'mores. I'll have a s'mores. Caesar salad with truffle fries.
Valid.
Love that. I have a very elementary school palate. I don't really have like an elevated palate at all.
Those are good though. Caesar salad is also very complex, and it's way more than people give it credit for. Especially when you get into the true Caesar with the anchovies in it and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
no anchovies. I don't like the anchovies.
Still working on the fish.
No. Yeah, still working on it. But yeah, no, I like pretty basic stuff. Dave's hot chicken.
Do you like
slider.
Indian food?
I love Indian food. Yeah, a samosa with some tikka masala would make the death row meal for sure. It'd be like a death row feast, maybe like a day of eating.
Hey, if it's your last day on Earth, it kind of has to be, right?
And like just like feed me all 24 hours of the day before.
How spicy do you get your Daves and are you like a spicy fan or?
I do appreciate spice. However, my stomach can't take it. I've always wanted to do the spicy level where you have to sign the waiver.
It's bad.
Yeah, that freaks me out though. So I haven't done that yet. The spicy
they just made it hotter.
Hot. Have they really?
They did.
Like,
oh no, I have to try that.
Fucking, this
Wait,
is where my
tried it?
I have tried the original Dave's hot chicken, super spicy, whatever sandwich, right? And my experience was it wasn't even when it was fresh. I basically got like one chicken sandwich, and then I was supposed to go out with friends that night. So I was like, oh, well, I want to try the really spicy one, but I don't feel like eating it right now and dealing with that later. Because I can't handle it anymore. So I ordered it and it sat in my fridge overnight. So the next day I wake up and I'm like, well, fuck, it's time to have the Dave's spicy sandwich. That shit was way worse cold for some reason. It was just
like way spicier? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it was like spicier. And then the actual texture of the chicken, all in all, it was an unpleasant experience, but it was pretty brutal. Then if that was about 2 years ago, I want to say 6 months ago, they were like, well, it's not fucking hot enough. So they made it, I think, 50% more spicy.
Wild. Are they trying to kill us?
I'm
like intrigued. I want to try it.
I would do that. I would commit to doing that if you want to for the views.
I always found Dave's spiciest quite palatable. I can't do it as much now because it gives me like indigestion afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But since you're in, I usually just get like a medium for now. But since you're in LA, have you had Howlin' Ray's?
Oh yeah, I love Howlin' Ray's. That would make the death row meal for sure. I tried it with Luke actually, and he tried the hottest one, I'm pretty sure, or one of the hottest ones, and he was like hiccuping for an hour after.
Luke doesn't really do spicy, man.
Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. But I've tried Howlin' Ray's. I love it. Their chicken sandwich, everything. Their crinkle cut fries are phenomenal. I'm such a crinkle cut fry hater. Like no one does it well except for Howlin' Ray's. I love their fries.
Howlin' Ray's, I got the spiciest level at Howlin' Ray's.
Oh my god!
It was like painful to eat, but it was like kind of fun because it's like, whoa, this is so spicy. Never, and I don't want to be like too crass about this, but like never has a meal wrecked me more inside than that experience. And it was to the point that my girlfriend found me on the floor of the bathroom at 2:00 in the morning in the fetal position, like sweating because I was just like, it was horrific.
You ate the whole thing?
Yeah, because I wasn't going to waste it.
I feel like people sign the waiver and they're like, I'll try it, like a little nibble, and like they're dying, but you ate the whole thing.
I finished that. It hurt.
It was badass, bro.
I haven't had Howlin' Ray's since.
Yeah.
Which is not
that's
their fault.
basically
It's
a
my
near-death experience on its own, dude.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's crazy.
Bad.
See, I think it's just because I have a fucked up brain, but I get cut kind of into it in like a weird, whatever the deriving pleasure from pain standpoint is, where I'm like, not the crazy extreme, but like there is a certain like very hot level that the bulldog noodles are like that, like the 2x spicy is like, yeah, you familiar? Yeah.
Yeah, that had me in a fetal position as well.
I like that though, as I'm like,
oh, the fetal position.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm back in the womb and I can relax, and I'm just like chill.
It's so comforting. It's so nice.
And all I need is a little spice to get there. Like it's my like trigger. It's fantastic. What are some of the trends that are surfacing these days that have your interest for food?
I don't even keep up with much of the trends. Usually people will tell me, which is so bad. It's like so bad. I should know because like that's what I do. And it's also funny because I feel like a lot of people are like, you're a foodie. Like, what are the trends? What are the spots? What are the recommendations? And I hate that question because I'm like, unless you like fast casual food, I'm not your person for like the recommendations. I'm also not a reviewer.
You know what? One of my favorite things that you do though, is the ASMR content.
Oh yeah, I love ASMR.
I have so many questions.
Okay, go for it. Shoot, Matt.
For the record, I just need to set the stage because I remember maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Actually, I must have been 16. So, almost 10 years ago. I remember walking, and this was when Matt still lived in the house, walking into him asleep on a couch with ASMR on a fucking TV. And I was
really?
What in the fuck is he watching right now?
Did not know this happened.
It was a slip. But I also then remember standing there, and I was just like in a fucking daze. And I was like, what is this? And then it was a very slippery slope after that for ASMR for me. I fucking love it.
I have to ask, what were you watching? Do you remember what you were watching, Matt? Who were your favorite ASMRs?
I have no recollection. My stance on ASMR and like preferences on ASMR have like changed over time. And so, well, no, it's just like I don't know, as you get older, your tastes change.
Well, the more you watch it, I feel like the more immune you get. Because I've watched it since I was like young too. And I'm like, I need to switch it up. Give me some other triggers.
It doesn't really like hit the same way now. Are you someone who like experiences it?
Yeah. That's
like
the ASMR tingles.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been watching it since I was in probably like high school. I discovered it for the first time, like ASMR Darling and like GB ASMR.
I was going to ask who you watched.
I'm a big ASMR fan. Honeybee ASMR with the food and like Zach Choi and everyone. So yeah, I love it. I would get the tingles more so with like the, not the food. I never get it with the food ASMR, but like the tapping, the scratching,
Interesting.
You see the Lego brick ones where they build the Lego sets? That to me works. I'm like,
I have to watch. I've never seen the Lego one, so maybe that's my new.
My favorite Lego builder ASMR guy is Fred's voice. He just does like such a. Why are you looking at me like I have 7 heads?
Oh, his name is Fred's voice. I thought. Do you remember the old like Nickelodeon internet character Fred?
Oh, you mean like
when you said he's Fred's voice? I was like, that sounds horrible.
Hey, it's Fred. You're like, that's not ASMR.
That's not ASMR at all. That's
nails on a chalkboard for me.
Yeah.
It's Fred's voice, this man from the UK, and he does do some of the food ones, and those I can kind of get down with. But I am the same way where I'm kind of like the chewing thing. It's not like I have that extreme rage that people experience when it comes to hearing people chew. But
misophonia, I believe.
Yeah, that's I've always tried to remember that word, never could. But yeah, Fred's voice or anybody building like the Lego kits is always that works for me.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but
it's fascinating that like you experience it as like a listener when it's like the scratching and like the tactile stuff, but then you make food content. How did you what got you into that? Was it something that like viewers requested, or is it something that you just saw like going around, or like how do you get into that?
No, when I first started doing it, well, obviously I think it was predominantly on YouTube that I was watching ASMR. Like I watched like Honeybee ASMR and ASMR mukbangs, and I loved it. It wasn't on TikTok as much, or at least I hadn't seen it when I first started as much as it is now. Like everyone like kind of got on. It like started becoming a trend, I guess. I think I saw Colette. Do you know who Colette is? Colette Fiona, I think is her username.
With that name. I'm sure I would see her I would recognize her if I saw her.
Yeah, honestly, I would credit her as like the original person that I've seen. She was like the first one I saw that was just like eating silently in front of a camera. And I was like, interesting. And then I didn't start doing the ASMR stuff, but I started going on my lunch breaks and like just talking and ordering like Starbucks or ordering my lunch and just talking. And then I was like, one day I like just did a silent mukbang with my canes. And I was like, let me be a little outrageous and get the big cup of sauce. And I just kind of like tried to do it in like an aesthetic way and like with the cuts and just not talking. I didn't even like intend, I guess, for it to be ASMR. It was just like a short 20-second clipped video of me eating it, and it like popped off. It was like one of my most viewed videos, like 70 million views or something. And it was just
Holy
like
shit.
really catapulted like the ASMR, I think, on my page. And I started just doing more ASMR videos and people loved it. So yeah,
it's gotta be nice to not talk sometimes making content.
It is. Yeah, no, I enjoy not talking, but I also enjoy talking. So I was able to like do the ASMR and the chatty mukbangs, and luckily people loved them both. They both did just as well. So that was my format for a while, but I'm a big fan of the ASMR. So
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
What was your first viral video?
My first viral video was like, if you're talking, I still remember it. If you're talking like viral, it was probably 200,000 views.
What was the...
Still good.
That was the first one that I was like, wow, that did well. And that was like a 10-second video of me eating McDonald's in my apartment. And it was like just showing what I got. And it was just that. And I was like, okay. And it got me excited. So I kept posting. And then I think that Canes one was the one that like really, really did crazy. And I just started following that format. But yeah, that was my first viral. It was like a McDonald's.
What are your comments like on a regular basis? Do you deal with a lot of the shade?
And like, how do you remove yourself from it?
Actually, normally I'm a pretty sensitive person. But for some reason, I'm very detached when it comes to social media. I feel like you have to be too. Yeah. Otherwise, you really won't. I don't want to say like you won't make it on there, but that's like, you got to take the good with the bad with social media. And it's unfortunate that that's the case. But yeah, no, I do get some hate comments. Luckily, TikTok is great and filters it out at the end, you know, when they like hide your comments and things.
I really appreciate this.
I know, I really appreciate it. But I like to hurt myself and just like go and read them all. But no, it's not bad. TikTok is definitely my most friendly platform. I lied. YouTube. YouTube is my most like friendly
YouTube
platform.
people are great.
They're so great.
Yeah, so nice.
Has YouTube changed?
You still get the riffraff, but
yeah, but like YouTube, I feel like has like the more loyal, I feel like following, and just like that will follow you. I've always like valued a YouTube following. That's like where I wanted to start and stuff. TikTok is where I have like my bigger platform, I guess. So obviously, with more viewers comes more hate comments. So I'll notice the hate comments on like the more viral videos, obviously. So like room service ones and like,
you know, this food will kill you, right?
Yeah. Or just like, oh, you're just like trying to flaunt your wealth and stuff. And just like things like that. Or just like I'll get like really, really mean ones and like my Instagram DM. So it really depends. But I've obviously like there'll be some where I'll read them and I'll instantly block because I'm more sensitive that day. I love a good block. And then I'll get them like DMing like, why'd you block me on my account? But for the most part, it doesn't really affect me, which I'm really happy about. And it's very surprising, but
I'm going to incorporate some of that into my life. I should utilize the block button before, or I should use the block button more.
Oh, I love blocking.
I do too. It's so great. It's so fun.
Part of me is like, I don't want to give someone the satisfaction of a block. But then I also had some dude today that was like, again, it's all about, oh no, this is about the Wendy's Takis fries. And he was like, you said the Takis fries were good and they were terrible. So, you know, you are completely discredited to me now. And I was just like, and I removed him as a follower because I was like, don't fucking follow me. Tastes are subjective, bro. Yeah. They're also like
subjective.
Taste is totally subjective. And that's what people don't get to. I think people think that because we have a platform, obviously we have, like, there's so many, it's very, very complicated, but you know, it's not like we're not getting paid for every single thing. And like, if we like things, it's cool. And it's not some secret, like BlackRock deal. Like my biggest conspiracy theory is somebody was like, this man is getting paid by BlackRock to support like the fast food industry. And I was
like,
you? I plead the fifth. What is this, a court? But it's crazy shit like that. You know, it's like, hey man, not everybody's going to have the same taste buds, and opinions are not facts, at least when it comes to food. It's wild. Yeah, people coming back after you block them into your DMs, this is like psychotic.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've had a couple of those, and I'm just like, well, you definitely did something, otherwise I wouldn't have blocked you.
I need to incorporate
Doesn't bother
that.
me.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever respond to them?
Oh, see, this has gotten me into some trouble in the past. So I need to not do that. I've had to do a lot more waiting before I reply, because I have two modes: either super chill, I'm vibing, or I go into what I call petty bitch mode, where I'm out to like bury somebody in the comments for saying some dumb shit. And I don't even remember. There have been instances where I've been like, oh, I've actually like owned this person in an argument, like it's 2010. I'm like, yeah, you just got served. But for the most part now, I try and make it chill. You know, it's difficult and frustrating for me because I experience a lot of the same things in my comments repeatedly, like people being like, oh, you're wrong about this information, da da da, like all that. And I try not to take that personally, but I put a very large, like I put so much work into what I do, and 90% of the time the information comes directly from the brands. So if they're like, oh, this is coming out on July 7th, and I'm like, it's July 7th. Well, I've had this since last week. Like Welch has just announced these new like juiceful fusions or something like that, and they've been on shelves for 2 months. I know because I've seen them, but sometimes companies will be like late with press, or like I won't be aware that this product exists, and the company tells me, and it's been in markets for like a month or two, and people will be like, "You're wrong, like you're not credible," da da da. And I'm like, "There's so much nuance that goes into this. Your market could have it early, or like I just didn't know about it, and if I don't know about it, chances are a lot of people don't know about it." And in the past, I've been a little bit more aggressive in my response, and now I'm like, it's really not cool for me to do, because I perpetuate that cycle of internet hostility that I don't like. So to answer your question, I've done a lot to be calmer about it and not be petty, because I also see other people be petty, and I'm like, that's not a good look.
I agree. I feel like I've definitely been, I think when I first started getting them and like responding, I would be a little bit more petty, but I like don't anymore.
It's just probably a curve too, where it falls off and you're like, I'm at a good place in my life, you know.
Yeah, and like you also,
all these things.
Yeah, you also see that like a lot of the times that people like leave hate comments, I overshare a lot. So my videos are a lot more personal as far as like what like my content. So like a lot of times, I don't know, it'll either like resonate with like a lot of people, but some people will just like project. I get a lot of hate comments, and you can just tell that they're just projecting their own feelings. And I obviously am not going to comment or be petty or just be more negative. You know what I mean?
Go to like fucking therapy.
They're probably already going through it. Like it's just let them have their little vent sesh, and then I'll just keep it moving.
That's one of the things that I value the most about what you do and you as a person is like, I never think that you overshare. I like the fact that you are as open as you are, especially now, because in the past 5 years, it's felt like people's ability to communicate has really changed, and people have become very closed off. And I know that when I talk to you, it's going to be so much more of like a normal conversation, because I'd rather discuss trauma than talk about the weather.
Yeah, no, same. It's like all of my conversations. It's funny because I was in a parking garage the other day, and I was having trouble like charging my car. There was like an attendant that came in.
I forgot you have an electric car now. I love that.
Yeah. I'm struggling like a lot with that, but he helped me like charge it, and like we talked for like 45 minutes over sharing. Like I was just sharing. He was just like asking me questions, and I was just sharing my trauma, like dating stories and just like upbringing. And I'm like, I just met this guy, and I just overshared like my whole spiel. But yeah, it's funny. I do overshare a lot. I mean, I don't. I love it. I like it's funny.
It's being earnest. We need more of that like openness. And it's like, that's something that I crave on like a regular basis. And so to put yourself out there and to be like, here's like the real of what's going on, like with my day.
No, yeah, I love it. I really value that actually, especially just like the connection, because I think growing up too, a lot of the time I was like so closed off with like connections like that, and just even talking to people and like and just meeting new people, like just very closed off. And it's just like, as I've gotten older and as I've like found myself in more situations where I just bump into people and just, I'm much more open and like willing to have conversations like that and just moments like that. It's just great. It's very, it just feels good. And I really value that too. It's great.
Yeah. I remember you saying It's super important. I remember you saying when we first met that you felt like you had a hard time making friends too, at least like growing up.
Yeah.
Was there something in your head that clicked that you're like, I want to make this change and get to know people better? And also, like, were there things that you felt like you had to be closed off about, or was it just kind of something that went with being anxious, especially I'm sure growing up? I mean, I had anxiety as a kid as well, and it manifests in different ways, but I can empathize with the fact that it was something you were dealing with at the time too.
Yeah, no, I think there's a little bit that goes in that went into it. I grew up very, very anxious. I would have like panic attacks and things like that. Also, my parents were I would say they were more homebodies. They didn't really go out and like socialize as much. They worked a lot also. So they were always working. And when they weren't working, they were like taking care of us. So
did ours.
Yeah. So like I didn't really do many sports or like extracurricular activities. I tried to, and then I would just get really anxious. Like I tried to do like a club. I tried to sign up for like Spanish club in high school. And then I went home after like seeing how many people were in that room, and I just like went home. And then I tried to like try out for sports, and like I would never see it through because I would just get so anxious about the like socialization aspect of it and just how many people there were. And I always found it difficult making friends. I had like one really great friend in preschool for a few years. She moved away, and then I had like my neighbor who was my really best friend. I only ever would have one really close friendship for a long period of time. Yeah, no, I always found it difficult to make more than one friend, I guess. Or like I've always wanted a group of girlfriends or just like a big group. I always like saw people that had like so many groups of friends and could just like really like float to like different people like in the lunchroom. Like I would never go to lunch because I was so anxious. Me and my one friend Amber would like go into the library, or like I would just walk the halls in school, and like large groups like that would just stress me out. And I was just, again, like just such a shell of myself. I don't think I was like living authentically to myself, and just so closed off that over the past that lasted honestly up until college. Like I never really involved myself in anything other than like school and like studying, and like never did anything outside of that. Was never really social, never went to prom or any dances, like literally nothing. So
Damn.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Even in college, I commuted to school, and
what did you study?
Criminal justice, and only because my sister did that, and that was like I was more interested in like the pre-med track, and I was very scared to do that because like no one else had done that in my family before. So like I think I lived my life very scared, very sheltered, and very closed off for so long that I didn't really do what I wanted and like live how I wanted. So that was just like up until I think I like had my breaking point when I was working my banking job, and I was just like, I'm just not happy. I was waking up at like 8 a.m. when I was meant to log into work, and I was like, I just can't do this anymore. So I just started filming my videos and on my lunch break, and it really took off. And once TikTok gave me like the ability to not have to work that job, like I like quit and everything. I went to New York. I started living kind of like for me and doing what I wanted to do instead of living my life like scared or just like following a path that had already been paved, I guess, from like family members, friends. And right now I'm just like, I don't know, living my own life and like putting myself in more uncomfortable situations and meeting more people. I've met so many more people through social media and so many more friends through social media than I have in real life. And I'm just so grateful for that. And it's just a funny thing. I like grew up wanting like a lot of friends and wanting to be like this version of myself that I see myself being now. And I've really just gotten everything out of life currently than that like I've always wanted growing up. And it's all because it's all because I like really like listen to like my fears and my anxiety, and like instead of like avoiding everything.
Do you have a therapist, or has it been something you've worked on internally, just yourself?
Yeah, no, I haven't. A lot of people have like told me, they're like, you need therapy immediately. I'll tell them like my dating stories or just like my life story, and they're like, oh my gosh, you need therapy. And I'm like, yeah, eventually, but not now. No, it's just kind of like,
okay. I mean, yeah. Considering all the things that you've endured throughout life, to land where you have, there are very few people who are as deserving of it as you are.
Thanks.
100%.
Oh my gosh, Zach, you're gonna make me cry.
Ever since we met in Kentucky, you've always been such this like ethereal presence of other people I've known, and it was just a must anyway. You're not getting any tears from me this time, though. It's not happening. Maybe if we get super crazy on karaoke night, it'll happen.
I know, some drinks in us when you come to LA. It'll happen. Matt will be crying to you the whole time. Just sobbing.
It's just a true LA experience. What advice do you have for folks who want to follow a similar path to you?
Don't take life or anything so seriously. Put yourself out there. The big one is just like put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because like that's like the life motto I live by now is like putting myself in uncomfortable situations, because that's really where you'll see growth. And I've learned from experience that like the things you want are usually on the other side of fear. I think Will Smith said that, but yeah, the things you want are really on the other side of fear, because I was so fearful of so much. And over the last couple of years, I've pushed myself to pursue those things, and I've gotten everything that I've wanted. And like, I'm where I've always wanted to be from doing that. So don't take anything too seriously. Be kind to everyone. You never know what people are going through. And that's it, I think. I'm not good at advice.
No. You couldn't have said it better, honestly. And
yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I think we connect as well so well, is because it's a lot of parallels. I would say that to a lot of folks too. That Will Smith quote is great. So
it's great.
Where can people find you on social media who want to follow the wonderful adventures of Sana?
Sanaaeats on everything. That's where you can find me.
Everything. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Thank
it's always
you.
Great to see you, and I can't wait to
fun.
see you in LA.
Yay. It was nice to meet you, Matt.
Very nice to meet you as well. It was a pleasure.
Hopefully we'll all hang out in LA.
Yeah.
Absolutely.